When you think of Lush Cosmetics, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Bubble baths, massage, getting frisky with your partner after rubbing lotion on each other. I bet it's not missed out Christmas bonuses or underpaid labor, is it? Is it? You're probably familiar with the Lush products, and even if you're not, look how gorgeous they are. But do you know about behind the scenes and what goes on in the factory? Bestie, friends don't lie. I can tell you. So, you want to peek behind the curtain. Let's get to it. A lot of the products are actually really fun to make, especially the soap bars and massage. It's just really cool, like knowing how everything is made. If you're someone who was familiar with the company before working there, I worked at the Lush factory for 3 seasons at the factory in Ontario, specifically in Etobicoke. A lot of the staff are great. A lot of the team leaders are cool. One of the easy things is that if you're a bit more of an alternative, like if you're a goth, metalhead, you can like wear tattoos, do whatever you want with your hair. I mean, excessive jewelry is not permitted because like we don't want that falling in the products. So generally like no earrings or piercings that fall out easily. But beyond that, like if you show up at Lush looking like me, it's not gonna be a problem. You do look cute today. I like that hair. Anyways, yeah, I like that. I like that they're cruelty free. They support animal rights. They support a certain country that's currently being invaded. So on to the things that are less pleasant about Lush. Here in Ontario, minimum wage, it starts at, I think it's $17.30 an hour. I'll confirm on the screen. There's a lot of bonuses, Sometimes if the production goes above and beyond, you get paid more, which is cool. But you have to jump through hoops for bonuses. And it just so happens that the last season I worked at the Lush factory, we didn't get a Christmas bonus. Imagine that. Because apparently our department produced too much waste. But to be fair, they had a lot of new seasonal workers who weren't as familiar with the companies. And like it was my first time in that department. That year I was in soap and massage. So like even though like a lot of the products were easy, like not everybody's a fast learner. So unfortunately, not giving people a Christmas bonus, that's a little too like National Lampoon for me. No. And another thing too is that Lush workers are also not unionized. There's a city in the US a while back that managed to get unionized. I think it was a Lush store, not a factory. But like here in Ontario, the Lush factory, they've been trying to get unionized for years. The same company that's like kumbaya with the orangutans and the goths and the metalheads, and supposedly it's all about diversity and freedom and human rights. And they don't want people unionized. Imagine that. That's interesting. Something else about Lush that I find problematic is the toxic positivity culture. I hate that. Especially I used to be a part of the New Age community, the whole like love and light thing. There's a lot of that there. One of the reasons why I'm not working with them is because I was actually bullied by one of my colleagues. I tried ignoring her for like a month. She was like really obsessive. She like follow me around, gossip, stare at me, cause like low-key drama. It was like just enough to get under your skin. It was like very high school behavior. And so like finally I told the supervisor and management. I even told some of my other colleagues who were like work friends at the time. And like some people, like they told me just ignore her. Like I did. And she continued. And it was just getting worse and worse. She was becoming more obsessed with me. She even had like a few friends of her own in that department. who also started bothering me. Um, and like personally, I think she deserved to get fired, even if she was just a seasonal worker. It's like Lush is not desperate for people to work with them. They always have a lot of applicants anyway. Eventually, she did have to leave because apparently she hurt her arm or something. That time in my own private life, I was dealing with a lot of stuff. And then I come into work, I have to deal with that stress too. We're all peace and love and hippies around here. Meanwhile, you're letting one of your coworkers get bullied and stressed in the process. Is that actually good for production? Is that actually good for the stuff that we're making? I was like, it was my third season with them already. I was not a newbie. I should have been treated with a little bit more respect. You know, I don't believe in favoritism at work, but at the same time, if someone has more seniority and they do a good job, they never cause problems, hey, they don't let you unionize, they don't pay high enough wages, you have to jump through the hoops for bonuses, and if you're getting bullied, you're better off just keeping your mouth shut. If you want to buy from them or not, it's your money. If you want to work for them or not, it's your life. But I'm just here, you know, to tell it like it is. Because the reality is that you can be as animal rights and as inclusive all you want. You can let your coworkers do their hair green and have all kinds of tattoos. You can be as cool as you want. And Lush and Lush might have some really great products. There's no amount of Snow Fairy perfume that will ever cover the reality. Okay? We're looking very 90s today. Have a good day.